Now that we're moving to an online environment, the focus on reading effectively and efficiently is going to be increased. This video will help provide some tips and strategies to help you be a more efficient and effective reader to find more success in your college classes. The very first thing that you need to do is to set the stage for success. So you want to think about the location of where you're studying and the time of day you're studying. So you want to make sure that you are reducing distractions, you are in a quiet location, you are using things that are meaningful to you. So if you need background noise, use a white noise app or use some instrumental music. Make sure that you are reading at the time of day that you are most alert. Before you begin reading, go ahead and do a quick preview of your selection. This means looking at any kind of bold print, highlighted words, any kind of captions, reading the chapter summary, just flipping through and getting a heads up about what's going to be covered. This prepares your brain to take in information associated with that material and can make you much more efficient as you're reading. The next step is to write down a couple of questions that you believe will be answered in that section of the text that you've identified. This gives you something to do because you're going to be actively looking for the answers rather than just passively reading over the text. This gives you that format and framework to help you be more efficient and focused. Now it's time to read, but you're not going to just read. You're going to read and you're going to be processing this information as you go. And here's a couple of things that you can do to help you stay focused. Focusing strategies can include anything from pointing at the words as you go through to using a note card and uncovering lines as you go through. Whatever works for you, just try some different things out to see what will keep your eyes focused on the page. Taking notes on what you're reading can really help keep you focused. This is particularly useful if you're having to read texts that are online, but even using a paper textbook, one of those you have in your hands, taking notes either in the margins or on your own notebook piece of paper, even sticky notes can really help you stay focused. It's giving you something to do. It also helps you if you're putting things into your own words to help you paraphrase and make sure that you have the information clearly in your head. Highlighting as you go can be very helpful, but it's something that you definitely want to be intentional about. So you don't want to highlight as you go, but maybe stop every paragraph or every few paragraphs and say, okay, what was the most important parts there? And then highlight. You don't want to get a page like this one in the picture here that is most of it is highlighted because that takes away the importance and the value of the highlights themselves. So be careful with this, but use it as needed. Regardless of what we actually want to get accomplished, sometimes our attention span does not cooperate. So it's good to know what your usual attention span is and to make a plan for that. But also recognize that some days it's going to be shorter and other days it's going to be longer. So just recognize that, go easy on yourself, take a break when you need to. Attention span is what it is. So just go with it, plan for it, and you'll do well. Once you've completed your reading session, you want to take a break. And whether it's a break for a few minutes or if you want to give yourself a full day to process that information, either way works, but you do want to get a break from that material. After your break is done, you want to think about what you just learned, what you just read through. You want to try to put things into your own words, maybe do a data dump where you write down everything that you can remember. But you also want to think about how it's meaningful to you. How can you use this in your future, in your class, in the rest of your class, but in upcoming classes and just in your life in general? What can you do with this information? Long-term retention requires regular reviews, so be sure that you are reviewing your notes and you are taking a look at the material again and again and again until it sticks. The best way to become efficient at something is to practice it regularly. So reading daily, and this can be a mix of anything from a book, a magazine article, blogs, news articles. It can also be academic readings. So mix it up, but read daily.